Since 2013, there has been a 90% increase in the number of brands and people looking for information about influencer marketing. It is an opportunity that I've leveraged in my business. It's something that I leverage with clients. And in this video, I'm going to share with you some insights around how influencer marketing is not just a B2C game, but can also be leveraged in B2B. When it comes to influencer marketing, there is a simple reason why it works so well. You see, we all trust people. 90% of people trust the reviews that other people are leaving on sites like Yelp and TripAdvisor. And the same thing carries over into B2B. If we hear that a peer or somebody who we have connected with online and that we follow on Twitter or LinkedIn is referring this service, this software, this solution, then we're more likely to trust that than we are to trust that brand simply telling us that they're the best, that they have a value proposition that we need to take into consideration and that we need to trust. That is why I believe that B2B marketers need to wake up and understand that B2B influencer marketing is a real opportunity. Over the last few years, influencer marketing has taken off. If you scroll through Instagram for a second, you're probably going to see a friend or somebody that you follow sharing some piece of content with them with some product that is clearly sponsored. That is influencer marketing 101. A brand identifies somebody who has a target audience that they want to connect with. They send them product as well as some compensation, and that person talks about them on Instagram in front of all of their followers. It could happen through an Instagram story. It could happen through a feed post. It could happen through a variety of different channels and different techniques. The same can be done with B2B. The difference and the key is unlocking and identifying the channels where those influencers are spending time and then building a relationship with them to ensure that the content that they're creating is aligned with your brand's story. In this video, I want to talk about 3 different ways that B2B brands can leverage influencer marketing and actually drive meaningful results for their business. Here's number 1. Webinars. The great thing about webinars is that they can be done anywhere. You can have a webinar in your home, you can host a webinar at your office, and people can tune in from around the world and learn from the influencer who you have brought onto this webinar to talk about a solution, a service, some type of experience, some insights that are applicable to your target audience. You see, there's 2 benefits to running this webinar. 1, you're able to add significant amount of value by making sure that the influencer coming on your webinar actually delivers. But 2, you also have the benefit of ensuring that this influencer is promoting it on their channels. If this influencer has an email newsletter, if this influencer has a LinkedIn following, a Twitter following, a YouTube channel, whatever that may be, you can leverage that audience to tell your story again and reach a bigger group of people. So as you're thinking about your content calendar and the content that you're going to create in the coming months, think about what influencers, what brands even, that you can partner with to have a joint webinar where both of you are able to add value to an audience that is relevant to both of you and at the same time use each other's networks to promote and share each other's story. The second type of influencer marketing that I would recommend is guest blogging. This is an approach that has worked for years. It's something that SEOs have done for years to centuries, and it's because of this, because we've invested so much time in it as a link building tactic, that we have gone away from the reality, which is that guest blogging is a great way to drive awareness. It is not just a great way to rank in Google, it is also a great way to get your content and your story in front of an audience that you might not typically be able to reach. So what does guest blogging look like for B2B? It's very straightforward. You're going to go and look for organizations and brands that have a website, that have a blog and have an audience that is, again, relevant to you. Then you're going to ask them what it would take for you to be able to contribute to their site. By doing so, you are now becoming a contributor to their blog. And because they're an influencer, somebody who you want to build a relationship with and somebody who has a significant audience, they're going to be sharing that content that you have created for their blog with their audience. It's a huge win-win for both sides. 1, the influencer has content that they don't have to create. 2, you get the opportunity to reach that influencer's audience. And if you would like to flip that concept on its head, you can do that too. You can have an influencer write for your blog. You can have them create content for your site. Sure, you might have to pay them to actually contribute, but what you're actually paying for is not the written text. What you're paying for is the fact that now you're associated with this influencer. You can promote that content to their followers. You can promote that content to the people who follow them online. You can then even encourage encourage them to share it on their social networks with their email newsletter and give you the ability to reach the audience that you truly want to connect with. And the third type of influencer marketing for B2B that is sure to work regardless of your industry is interviews. I know it sounds old, it sounds crusty, it's been around for years, but it is a concept that still works very well. You see, people love being interviewed. It gives them the opportunity to speak. It gives them the opportunity to talk about what it is that they do, what they get excited about. It gives them the ability to be seen as a thought leader. And if you're talking about influencers, that's what they want. So by you asking them to be interviewed for your blog, for your website, for your podcast, or in person over video, they're going to be flattered to have that opportunity. So use it as not only an opportunity to build a relationship with them, but also use it as an opportunity to reach their audience. How do you do that? Two ways. Either you can ask them if they'd be willing to share this content with their audience, or you can actually pay to have that content distributed to their audience using paid advertising, where you're targeting anybody who follows their company. You're targeting anybody who follows their Facebook page. All of those things are possible, and all of those things can contribute to you reaching an audience that you may not have had the ability to reach before. So there you have it. Those are 3 simple ways that B2B brands can leverage influencer marketing, and I really think that if B2B brands leverage influencer marketing, they'll start to see results. Look, I'm not talking about going out and hiring Kim Kardashian. I'm not talking about going out and trying to hire Beyonce. What I am saying, actually, it might work. If you bring in Beyonce, it actually might work even in B2B. But what I am saying is that you want to look for people in your industry who are shaking things up, people who have built a following talking about something that's relevant to your audience, people who have created content that is relevant to your brand, your story, your service, whatever that may be. You want to find people who are actually relevant to your target audience and collaborate to create content worth sharing. I really hope you've enjoyed this video and you can take away some insights that will help you leverage B2B influencer marketing in your business. Whether it's on LinkedIn, whether it's on Twitter, whether it's on YouTube, you name it. I think influencer marketing can work across multiple channels, especially if you understand the type of content your audience wants. Thank you so much for taking the time to listen to this video and watch this clip. If you've enjoyed it, please hit the red subscribe button and don't hesitate to press like, and also comment and let me know if you have any hesitations or any questions about influencer marketing and how to find those influencers. I'd love to have a conversation with you, so comment below and I get back to you as soon as I can. In the meantime, if you want more content like this, don't forget to check out rawsimmons.com, the only place where I'm consistently delivering content that will help you generate more leads and as a result, live more life. See you next time.